Hi, everybody. Welcome to Amy Howard, Artist in Residence. My name is Audra Lynch Nanay, and somebody popped on. I have to see. Well, I guess you could see there. We're kind of doing a live platform. So anyway, so tonight we are doing transforming your cushions. I don't know if you guys are anywhere like me where I left mine out for 11 years, not bringing them in. So let me show you. By the way, some of you guys may not know who I am, but I am the owner of Audra Lynch AC. It's a decorative finishing company located in Northwest Indiana. And I also have Three Trees Public Art House, which is exciting because I will be having in-person classes starting very soon. I've been working on that for a long time, and we will be teaching a lot of Amy's finishes here as well. So been doing this for 26 years, and having this studio has been something that I've really wanted to do for a long time. So I'm super excited, and I'm glad you're here. And make sure you tune in on Thursday nights. On the first Thursday of each month. I think next month I'm planning on doing a watercolor lampshade, which will be really fun. And you guys don't need experience. I'm going to show you nice, easy ways to do a watercolor. It doesn't have to be on a lampshade. It could be something else. So, but let's get to today's project. Like I said, so I want to show you, this is, and I'm so embarrassed, honestly, but this is my cushion before. Is that not the grossest looking thing? I power washed it, which it was probably a little too aggressive because it kind of tore some of it. So I had to sew a little bit. And just being out in the sun, it kind of wore it down. Let's see, you can see these. Look at that. They're so ugly. But they're super expensive. I priced them, and it would have cost me about $1,200 to replace the cushions that I had. And I didn't want to do that. So look at this one. This is the base, the cushion. And that dirt is just stuck in there. It's so gross. So wait till you see, because this, I think, is one of my favorite transformations. And I don't know if I can wait till the end because it's just so exciting. So this is what they turned out. Isn't that just great? I just love them. So, and I can't see any comments here. So I hope we're live. I'm not sure. I don't know how to turn comments on. Let's see. Comments. Oh, there we go. Hi, Remade. I see one. There we go. Thank you. But yes, isn't that, I mean, that's just out of a catalog. I looked at Ballard Designs, and they're like $300 for these. So yes, thank you. Here's a better picture. How nice is that, right? Compared to this. So if you guys are anything like me and we're lazy about bringing your cushions in, look at the difference. Big, big difference. And all you needed was a quart of paint. That's it. So here's the chair. How great is that? So I will show you what I used. Let's see. I used Almond Days One Step Paint. Where's the color? Front. Here's the front. Almond Days is a nice almondy. It's not too yellow. It's not too creamy. It goes really well. And one of my favorite colors is Cherbourg Green. It's lovely. It's a nice green color. As you can tell behind me, I really like green. So, and then I have a sprayer. This one here is one of those continual mist ones. It's really nice. It saves your hands. It's a little broken, so I have to keep flexing with it, but And then you'll need some fabric softener. And I know Jamie just did one of these on her chairs, which was really great. If you guys want to see another way to transform, she did this really lime green and pink chair. It turned out really cute. And it's the same thing. So you can use it on indoor, you can use it on outdoor furniture. So some fabric softener and water. Chip brush. I have a bucket of water. I kind of like to wet my surface before with the brush instead of spraying sometimes. And that's it. You're going to mix, let's see, you're going to mix, let me get the green one. You're going to mix 3 parts paint, the one-step paint, and it's a one-step. You don't want to use Miracle Paint. You want to use a one-step. You don't want to use Milk Paint. The one-step paint. So you're going to do one-step paint, 3 parts, 1 part fabric softener, and 1 part water. I probably did a little more water in mine, to be honest, but that's all you're going to do. And like Jamie said, I'm still smelling fabric softener in my studio here. It's such a great smell. So, so you're going to just mix it up. After a minute, I've had this for a week now, probably even longer. It tends to settle in the bottom, so just re-stir it. And every so often I re-stir it while I'm doing the product or the project. So, so it's ready to go. Now I just made, because I was so excited, I put my cushions back at my house and I wanted to get the finished picture. So I just kind of made a couple little fake cushions for you guys to see. And I did the base coat because you'll see the process, it's the same thing. So let me turn down the camera here. And I think you can see that. So I just wanted to show you. So this was the normal color, or the original color of my piece for the most part. I tried to match it as close as possible. And basically I measured out my square and I taped it out and painted it. So you can see that I did that already. I did that with the almond days. So now I just covered that up with paint. One thing that I want to just let you guys know, that the tape doesn't stick real well, in my opinion. I didn't try getting other ones. Well, I shouldn't say that. I did try using masking tape, and that didn't really stick any better. So you have to kind of be careful as you're painting. So let's just do this one in the green. And I gave everything 2 coats. So I let each coat dry overnight. And that was it. It seriously is the easiest thing to do. I'm like, we don't have to worry about going long with this one. So you're just going to dip your brush. Now, when you're going on the tape, this is how I did my tape. I started on the tape and just went over it, away from the tape line, because you didn't want to. I did have to touch up a couple little spots, but I found that this worked well. Going this way, dabbing away from the tape. And I thought it's, while you can paint, it was so easy to do the stripes or something. I mean, you could obviously do a solid color, but to me, those stripes are super classic. Now, I did not wet this. You can wet it, but my paint is pretty thin. Like I said, I have a little extra water in there. And you're just going to brush on. Cool. I mean, it seriously is the easiest thing to do. We'll get this one done real quick here. So, like I said, it smells wonderful. You can tell, see how, because this is the first coat. I don't know if you see some of this. If it goes a little uneven, the second coat will blend that out. So I'll show you with a little bit of water on here. The only thing is on the stripes, I didn't want to spray it too much because the water, when you're doing stripe patterns, and especially on here, if it's not sticking great, the water will tend to lift or bleed, or the paint will bleed under the tape. So can you guys all see that? Let's move this over a little bit. I'll show you how do I measure the stripes real easily too. Oh, I should tell you we have beeswax too. I use the Mind Your Own beeswax after. So while I'm impatient, I'm gonna just hurry this one up here and pull this tape instead of doing the whole thing on the edges. So, especially for summertime, oh my gosh, I was so embarrassed. I hated going out there. I had to put a blanket over my thing just because I couldn't stand sitting on it anymore. It was so gross. And now I kind of don't even want to sit on it because it's so pretty. But anyway, but you get the idea here. So like I said, I would put on a second coat of this, but for today's purpose, I'm just going to show you. See, and I did get a little bit of bleeding, so I would just come back with my almond days and touch that up. And obviously on my cushion, I had a bigger part, but I just did a smaller one, so you guys can see that. And then just let that dry. So now for the stripes. So I painted my whole cushion almond days. And for when I do my stripes, I have a flexible ruler here, especially to go around the edges of the cushion. And the stripes that I did on my cushions, I measure the width. I knew I wanted a center and then so many pieces. So it came out to 4¼ inches for my stripes. And here I'm going to do 3-inch stripes. So what helps me is just putting a tape mark on my ruler. And then I start from my edge. I mark 3 inches. From that dot, I mark 3 inches. That dot, 3 and 3. And then on here, I mark 3, 3, 3, and 3. It kind of went over. These probably aren't great. So basically, you figure out which one you want green and which one you want the almond, and make sure you tape on the outside. So I'm going to paint this green, so I need to come here and here. There's my line. And now I want to paint this one, so I have to go on this side of there. And this is 2-inch tape, but I used actually, I think 1.5-inch tape on some of the other ones. And like I said, this is off. I didn't center this like I did on my cushion, but just to give you an idea. So I do a lot of taping on walls and floors. So you want to try and get it down as good as possible. And again, some of it was rolling on my other one, so that made it awkward, and I'd have to kind of hold it and paint. And then once you get that first coat on, it stuck pretty well. So again, as you're doing this, just as a tip, start on the tape and come across from the tape into your space. You don't want to go in like this, because then you'll definitely get more of a bleed. And you don't have to try and go super thick on the first coat. You want to get the paint on. I was going to do the green and almond with a little blue one in between, but I thought, once I got it done, I liked it so much, I'm like, I don't need to do more. So I mean, look how easy this is. Seriously, you guys can do this so easily and save so much money, get a whole new look. You don't have to buy new cushions. You can change your look every year if you really wanted to. Although I don't know how much paint could go on them. So I should have kept track of how long it took me to do the whole thing. I don't know if you saw that. It tend to curl up the tape a little bit. So see, I'm not seeing it live on Facebook here. So I'm not seeing the comments. Sorry about that, guys. So if you're asking me questions, I'll go back and answer them. So, and then obviously I let this dry overnight, put on a second coat, and then I pulled the tape. I didn't pull it right away, but I'm going to show you how nice it looks. Pulling tape is like always the best part. I did use quite a bit at C, and that got icky because it was off on the edge. But look at that. Look how nice that looks. It really looks like professional fabric. And then what I did on my big cushion, if you notice, on the edge here, I did follow through with this stripe and this stripe, but this is actually one whole piece. It's a separate thing. So once I had these three, I just measured over the 4 1/4, 4 1/4, and went up that way because it is a different piece of fabric. So if you look at some of the other ones in catalogs to get inspiration, you'll see that they often have a different way the pattern goes. And then some of them have the rope, whatever that's called. Sorry, I don't remember what that's called. But that's it. Is that not the greatest, quickest transformation ever? Seriously. So let me pull this up again. Let's see. What is the ratio of 1 step to water? Okay, so you're going to do 3 parts paint, 1 part fabric softener, and 1 part water. And I probably used a little bit more water. Hi, Patricia. I hope you're feeling better. Anyway, does the beeswax melt down in the heat? I'm in Chicago. I can't say in Florida, but I know it's used in there. I only use a little bit. Maybe we could check with Amy, but she's down in Florida too, and I know she's used it, so she might be better at answering that one. You're not really using a whole lot. Let's see. It's 1 step paint, not miracle paint. And how did I seal for the next 11 years? I know, right? I used this one, Mind Your Own Beeswax. And I just basically put it on. This is wet, so I don't want to show you, but I just basically put a little bit on my rag and rubbed it in. That's all I did. I think Jamie used a wax brush on hers, if I'm not mistaken, which you could do that as well. So yeah, see, this is still too wet to try anything, but again, look how nice is that. Let me just show you the before again, because, oh my gosh, it's so horrible. What a big difference. I mean, look at that. Look how horrible that was, and look how nice that turned out. Seriously. I'm just like, I love it. I love it. So let's see, what else do we have here? Hi, Charlotte. Like I said, I used just a microfiber rag, and I just put a little bit on, just squeezed a little bit on. I kind of made a little pounce out of it, if that makes sense, kind of curl it up in like a little ball like this. And then I just put a little on and just rubbed it on there. Okay, if that makes sense. Good deal. And I love the smell of wax. It's probably a bad thing, but oh my gosh, it smells good too. So, but yes. And honestly, that's it. I mean, that seriously is, and what I did, if you can see, I mean, I did solid on this cushion with the almond, and then I flip-flopped it on the chair or the couch, whatever. I did stripes there and that. So, and I think it looks perfectly fine without I was going to do, like I said, a little thin stripe of Chavant blue on the almond days there, but it's definitely not necessary. So, I mean, these were so bad that after I did it, there was all the strings hanging, and I had to clip them and make a little sew up on there. But I literally have a picture of, there were birds coming and trying to steal the strings. They're pulling it, trying to take it to their nest. It was so bad, so bad. And I think, honestly, that the paint kind of sealed some of the holes up. So that worked out really well, too. So anyway, I'm really happy with them. And like I said, if you guys have cushions, try it. I mean, instead of going out and buying new ones. So, any more questions? And if you guys go to my website, you can subscribe. I can send you exact instructions. I also have sample cards. If you guys want, I can send you that as well. Or go to my Facebook page. Like I said, I have 3 Trees Public Art House. And I also have Audra Lynch AC, ETCIE. That's just French for and company. So thanks, Gretchen. I know, isn't that great? Green, it's my favorite, like I said, but, and the Cherbourg green is super pretty. So I'm like, I think I just want to paint cushions forever because it's really therapeutic. You don't really have to, sometimes as finishers, we have to, you backtrack and you're trying to figure out all the layers or all the steps. This one is just so easy and so impressive afterwards. I actually showed my ex-boyfriend because he remembers how janky the things were. I sent him a picture. I'm like, yeah, remember those horrible cushions? He was like, holy cow. So it was funny. But yeah, so thanks, Erin. They do, Patricia, don't they? Totally brand new. I know. I'm super excited. So any other questions before I close up here? And then, like I said, stay tuned. Tuesday, I don't know who's coming on, but it's Tuesdays at noon. Tomorrow, Amy has hers at 12 noon. Tuesdays at noon, and then Thursdays at 7 are the artist in residence. So 4th of July would be my next, but because of the holiday, I'll be doing July 11th. And like I said, we'll be doing a lampshade, a watercolor lampshade. I should have showed you the inspiration pictures, but it should be fun. Another super pretty easy project. So I couldn't tune in. That's okay, Ellen. You know what? It's going to be, thank you so much. There's going to be a replay so you can get all of it. Again, it's, we took cushions that looked so bad and turned them into something that looked really good. And we only used really one product, one step paint. I used Almond Days and Cherbourg Green. And that's it. 3 parts paint, 1 part fabric softener. I used Downy, but I think Jamie just recently used a different one, and 1 part water. So yes. So anyway, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you next time. And let me figure out how to end this here. So thanks so much. Good night, guys.